Okay, it is 4:30. I got an echo. It's 4:30 on Thursday, March 27th, 2025. I call this meeting in the Meridian Historic Preservation Commission to order. Roll call. Blaine Johnston here. Patrick Gidding
Here.
Pam Jagosh, Ken Freeze
Here.
Jack Keller
Here.
Deborah Pitts, Heather Giacomo. Adoption of the agenda.
Chair, I move that we adopt the agenda.
I second.
Is that Jack? Thank you. Motion by Commissioner Gidding, second by Commissioner Keller for adoption of the agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Approval of our minutes from our February 27th meeting.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve those minutes from our previous meeting.
I second.
Motion by Commissioner Freeze, second by Commissioner Keller for approval of our minutes from our February 27th meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. New business. Project update, historic preservation plan. Yeah. Not Sherry, but that's okay. Yes. Yep. It's all new to us, so. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So, do you have anything to show us? Yeah, let's go ahead and. Quite all right, Garrett. We have faith in you. It'll get done by 7 o'clock. You're fine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pending any changes we have, they're all ready to go. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
enter in your answers to the questions right here and hit submit. So it just lives right here. Very easy to use. And then we talk about any upcoming events, which we do know that we have our upcoming walking tour that we can discuss what the promotion for that might look like.
Go back what, a little bit.
Up to here.
It should say Preservation Commission.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna make a note of that. Thank you very much.
Also, the time is 4:30.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4:30. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Say. Thank you very much. Perfect. All right. And so basically this is just a resource for folks, and we'll continue to add information and update content as the plan and the process evolves. But for now, this is just the upfront basic information that we hope to be able to start promoting.
Can we back up just a second?
Yes,
Time of
absolutely.
the walking
To
tour.
the April event.
Sorry, I have to go really slow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, alrighty.
Doesn't it start at 10?
The walking tour starts at 10.
Yeah.
This
Well,
starts at, the open house starts at 1.
okay, but it says,
So we could say, yes, so we should say 10 to 1.
Okay. So
10 to 11 and
10
11 to 1.
Yeah, we could put 10 to 11 for the tour, and then 1 to whenever
And then
for
11 to 1
yeah.
for open house.
thank you. All right, so the walking tour starts at 10 a.m. That's an hour long. So from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. is the tour, and then from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. is the open house.
And for clarity on the tour, we might want to put City Hall because it doesn't start at Hidden Gems Event Center.
Perfect. City Hall is where the walking tour will begin, and it
Yes,
will end at.
we can end at Hidden Gems. We'll make sure on that one, that's where we end.
That's where we end. Got it. This is great. Thank you. Okay, perfect. Do we see anything else on here
Mhm.
that is inaccurate or missing? All right. So supporting documents, we do have the 2014 plan available for folks to take a look at. If there's any other supporting documents that you'd like to see on this website, let us know. We're happy to add anything, but we do always like to provide the most recent plan for folks to be able to have as a point of reference. So if there are any other documents that would be helpful for folks to have, let us know. Provide those to us either in PDF or Word, and we can get it posted here to the website.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes, please.
Rather than having the Ada County Courthouse as the background,
Yes. Is that what that is?
that's
It?
the Ada County Courthouse in Boise.
Oh, all right. Well, let's fix that.
And I don't know if we want to put, if we can have an old black and white of the mill. I don't know what we want. I just noticed that the other day when I was looking at it.
You're like, hang on a second, that's inaccurate. No, that's fine. We'll absolutely change that. I know that Cassandra had provided some graphics and some photos as well, so we might rifle through those and see
Yeah.
what might be available.
If you have any questions, email me, whatever.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
It's actually the back of the courthouse.
It is the
too.
back of the courthouse.
Well, look at that.
Not that I've been there, but
All right, so take some time to play around on the website, look at it, provide feedback to us, let us know. How do I get involved? This is, it's trying to get it to move. All right, there we go. It's just a really simple, provide us with your name and your email address, and then they will receive regular updates as far as any type of schedule or plan updates that that we have. So very, very simple way for folks to let us know that they want to be on the interested parties list. So yeah, take some time, provide feedback, let us know what you think. But for now, it looks like the main things to take a look at. One, remove that Ada County Courthouse background information and swap it out with one of the graphics or images that Cassandra has provided.
Mhm.
The walking tour is from 10 to 11 a.m., starting at the City Hall, ending at Hidden Gems. The public open, or the open house is from 11 to 1. And then also the time for the commission meetings is 4:30, not 4 o'clock. Okay, perfect. All right, so that is the website. And then I will pull up the survey. And again, this is something that you might want to just take some time to read through. It's a series of questions with a lot of multiple choice questions, with a lot of multiple choice options for answers. So if that's something that you want to take some time to take a look at and provide feedback, that's perfectly fine. But I will certainly pull it up and we
Yeah,
can,
let's pull through it.
okay,
Make sure that we're happy with at least the question.
okay, that sounds great. So bear with me as I try to locate that.
I think we've all had a chance to take a look at that. Cassandra had sent the
Mhm,
information out. We could get resolution on that today. That'd be great.
mhm.
I move the mouse and then about an entire minute later, it follows me. So my apologies. Cannot get this to react. Do you have control? Oh, perfect. All right. I'm going to ask you then, if you don't mind helping out in that,
Yes.
okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so we can just go through these one by one, and then if you have any revisions or ideas for changes, let me know, and I'll make note of those. So question number one, please tell us about yourself and your connection to Meridian's heritage. Choose all responses that describe you. We just like to get a feel for the folks who are responding to the survey. It helps us just from a data point. So I reside in Meridian. I'm interested in history and or historic preservation. I live in a historic property that was built prior to 1975. I own a historic property. I work in the field of architecture, history, and or historic preservation. I serve on a local or statewide historic preservation commission or board. I volunteer or participate in historic preservation related activities, Meridian, HPC walking tours, etc. Thoughts in general on that question, revisions?
I like that. I think it's good.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't give us any real information other than understanding the perspective of the folks who are responding.
I wouldn't change anything on that first question.
You didn't see a need to have an other on that one?
We absolutely can.
I'm just,
Mhm.
I think you cover it pretty well there, but there's always something.
Right.
Somebody else gives them the opportunity to say, no, I just,
So if there's an other, then there'd probably need to be like a text box or something, so people would type in
right,
Mhm.
some
what.
alternate thing.
Yep. That's really easy. And some of these other questions offer that other category, so it makes a lot of sense to
Yeah.
be able to
Yeah, we
provide
can
it
do
here as
that.
well. All right. So for question number 1, looks good. We will add the other option for folks to fill in the blank.
Mhm.
All right. Question number 2. What do you consider the biggest benefit of historic preservation in Meridian? Choose up to 3 benefits. Sustains authentic community character, advances support for local tourism, economic development tool, provides educational opportunities to historic site users and visitors, provides unique venues for celebrations and events, tells the community's unique stories, other. And I will say the reason that we do say choose 3 is because that allows us to kind of weight the responses. If a lot of people are responding with a lot of similar answers, then we are able to weight those
Mhm.
as priorities or just general community perspective.
I like that the way it is.
Mhm.
Do you feel like from your perspective, if you were to answer this question, there is an option for you to provide an answer, or would you be looking to the other category?
I think so.
Yeah, I think I can answer that one.
Okay. That's always helpful for us. If
Mhm.
if you are inclined to answer in the other category, then we might need to add.
And this is similar to a survey that you guys have done before, so it's not like you're creating this from scratch.
Correct.
Correct.
Yep. This template works well. Right. What do you consider the biggest priority for historic preservation in Meridian? Again, choose up to 3 priorities. Encourage more rehabilitation projects by providing information and guidance. Identify and document historic properties in the city. Increase the number of properties listed in the National Register of Historic Places. Provide public outreach and education to raise awareness on preservation benefits. Increase use of grants available to prepare and maintain historic properties. Celebrate the city's heritage. Utilize historic preservation as a tool to support retention of neighborhood character. Establish a Meridian Landmark Program to recognize local historic sites. Adopt a local ordinance to protect properties from demolition. Other.
I think that covers it.
I've got one thought, and I don't know if it's what you guys think about it. Rather than, we add the other, but one more line item, historic districts.
Mm.
Oh, establish historic,
Local historic district.
yeah, there you go.
It goes kind of hand in hand with the landmarking, but the two are
Mhm.
separate from one another. Again, a lot of what we can do is going to be public driven. If they want historic district,
That's
then
a really good point. That's a good idea.
So the option would read establish a Meridian Historic District.
yes,
Okay.
or districts.
Okay.
They could be residential, they could be commercial.
Mm.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, see, if I was taking this survey, I'd want to mark all those.
The 3.
All right. Other than adding that additional line item, do we feel like that?
I think that
Covers it?
covers it.
Does
Okay.
it cap at 3? Like if you click more than 3, will it cut you off?
Yes.
Take the survey twice, Jack.
You're cheating the system.
Yeah, I know.
All right, question number 4. What types of historic properties or sites do you think are vulnerable to demolition? Choose up to 3. Agricultural buildings, barns, silos, homesteads, etc., churches and other religious properties, I see a typo here, downtown and other commercial areas should be one. Houses and neighborhoods, industrial properties, public buildings, recreational areas, schools, and other.
So did you say C and D are actually one?
One.
There would be one.
So then it would stop at I.
It would.
Mhm.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I am too.
Okay. Making a note about that combination of C and D. No, I lost my mouse again. There. All right, question number 5. If the City of Meridian Historic Preservation Commission were to provide public information or training sessions, which topics interest you the most? And then you can check all that apply on this one. Energy efficiency and weatherization, federal historic preservation laws, financial incentives are for preservation, historic districts and how they work, historic designation, local or national, and what that means to you, lead paint removal and safe work practices, local preservation ordinances, commissions, and programs, National Register of Historic Places program, rehabilitation techniques, windows, masonry, carpentry, etc.
I like that question.
Okay,
As an architect, I like that question.
Okay.
So, yeah.
My question is A and F really in our wheelhouse?
Well, if you had a historic property, you might want to, it could be pretty useful, but I think I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm
We don't have to be technical. We can provide guidelines on lead paint removal and give them resources in the area on such things or weatherization. If we had them, we got Idaho Power down and they would do classes.
well, right, yeah, that's who I would think would be like energy and,
Yeah, I think that more than anything, if they are interested in it, we can set up a class at City Hall or something like that and invite someone down just as
Okay.
a clearinghouse.
Right. So if we were to do something like that, we wouldn't be the subject matter experts. We'd have Idaho Power come in or Intermountain Gas or,
Abatement companies
or-
or something.
yeah, exactly. Is this one where it might be handy to have an other also?
About that.
always
In
have to have
in
another.
case there's.
Yeah, I
something-
was gonna say maybe every one of them could have another, right?
If there's something someone's interested in, they can.
yeah, we can certainly do that. As far as A and F go, this is something that folks regularly respond to in the survey process, so we've added them in. It's something that we've seen as a response of a topic of interest. So even if it may not be in your wheelhouse, it helps answer the question before they ask it to kind of help the question go away in a sense.
And what I see is on this question, if we have a bunch of people that are interested in weatherization or lead paint removal during Preservation Month, we can have an activity during May,
Mhm.
one year that highlights this.
Okay.
All right. So for question number 5, I will add an other.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Right. Question number 6.
Having done a lot of surveys in my career, sometimes you get some pretty odd answers in the other, but sometimes there's some good answers too.
Yes, that's for sure. It's nice, though, to always provide that option for folks to let us know what they're thinking. And sometimes we can see some themes come through that other category as well. So it can certainly be interesting. Right. Question number 6. Who do you contact when you have a question or need help with one or more historic resources? Choose one. A community member. And you'll also notice here that we provide quick links to these pages for folks to be able to have them as a frame of reference. Meridian Historic Facebook page, Meridian HPC, Meridian Library Historic Center at the City Hall, Idaho State Historical Society, Ada County Historic Preservation Council, Preservation Idaho, other. Are we missing anyone? Or any entity, I should say?
My first thought when I read this, I'm thinking, okay, if a homeowner has a question on their historic property, they want to do something. My first mind went to, they're going to call an architect. So do we want to put down Idaho Chapter of American Institute of Architects?
Mm,
It's just a thought, so I don't know what you guys thought or thinking. That's the way my mind works.
Well, I didn't think of that, but when you mention it, it's, yeah, that sounds good.
It doesn't hurt to add.
Yeah.
Well, if there's a link to them. When I looked at this question, I thought this, in all likelihood, might be the first time people would even think to ask that question. And so when they see these hyperlinks in here for Meridian History Facebook page and Meridian HPC, they might want to click on those. They would be learning something by clicking on those hyperlinks. So I don't mind the question the way it is, and I don't mind adding the extra line.
So I get that answers the question. If they click on a link, is that their vote? Or can they click on it, look, back out of it?
Right, yep, if you click on it, it'll pop up in a new window
Yeah.
and it doesn't interfere with your survey process. Mhm.
I think maybe for Meridian HPC, that HPC should be spelled out.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Because otherwise, I think a lot of people will look at that and go, what's?
What is that?
HPC?
Okay.
Historic preservation.
Perfect. All right. If you think of anything else for this that we need to add to the list, we can certainly add that, but I will also include the Idaho chapter of American History Architects. Did I get that right?
Yeah, American Institute of Architects.
Okay, got it. Okay, perfect. Question number 7. Where do you go to experience or learn about Meridian history? Check all that apply. And again, this might feel a little bit like the question prior to, so let us know your thoughts on this. So where do you go to experience or learn about Meridian history? Meridian History Facebook page, City of Meridian website, Meridian Library History Center, Pine Street School, Idaho State, SHPO, Idaho State Museum, or other historical buildings.
Or just maybe other.
I like that.
Pine Street School isn't typically open. I like that. I like the idea.
I believe it, because it may not be open, but.
A whole bunch of people voted for it, then
Yeah.
it would be information that would be good for us.
But do we want to put our walking tour app?
Ooh, yeah. We definitely want
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Perfect. All right, so we will revise G to just say other, but we'll also add the app, the walking tour app.
We have City of Meridian website, but I also like the idea of having people being able to download the app. That's a really good idea.
Do we want to say Facebook page and Instagram page, or two different items?
Say social media.
Social media,
Yeah,
Meridian
Yeah,
history, social
Facebook,
media.
we have an Instagram.
Could just say.
Okay,
Whether that's one line, or if you want to make Instagram a separate line.
If they're hyperlinks, it probably needs to be two separate ones, right? One goes one goes the other.
yep, I could do that one either way. I could have a link that for Facebook and a link for Instagram on the same question, so it would read Meridian history, Facebook or Instagram page,
Yeah.
and then each individual word will be
just-
hyperlinked.
Learned how to just-
All right.
Okay, perfect. All righty. Question number 8. How do you feel historic preservation is viewed in your community? Choose the statement that most closely represents your assessment. Positive for the community, negative for development, nice to talk about, but not essential, not well understood, I don't know, and other. And again, these are not responses that we've made up. These are responses that we have received in the past and like through assessing key themes and data. This is the most succinct way to put into terms the way folks sometimes respond.
It's simple, and I think you're gonna get the answers that we're looking for.
This one is also an option for folks to be able to spend some time in that other category if they really have something to say. This is a great question for us to really gauge how people are feeling. Right, so no revisions to 8.
No, I don't think so.
Nope, I like it.
Okay. All right, question number 9. Of the following Meridian historical resources, check each that you are familiar with or have visited. Clara House, oh, and also, sorry, before I go through all of these, I do want to be sure that the addresses that we have here are accurate, and if we don't know those at front of mind, then we might spend some time offline or to just be sure that these addresses are the accurate.
And this list came from a list that we got from Cassandra, right? She
Mhm.
had a list that had all of the properties that were listed. The only thing on question number 9 that I said, that I thought about was, I think maybe it should say of the following Meridian historical sites.
Got it.
Check each that you're familiar with or have visited.
So swap out resources with the word
Mhm.
sites.
Sites or properties or something like that.
Yep,
Site.
sites feels appropriate. Okay.
I have one concern, and some of these I know are easily accessible or they're businesses. Are any of these private residences? I think a couple of them are. And my concern is if these are a private residence, somebody might see the address and say, oh, I can go there anytime, knock on the door and get a tour.
So I thought that too, but our walking tour app has the addresses of,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the addresses are on the app, they're on the brochure that we have.
Yeah.
So,
it's kind of one of that thing about having a historic property, you know, it's,
Mm-hmm.
because I had thought that same thing, Ken.
Are all of these sites listed on number 9 part of the walking tour? Are there any that are not included?
the Roosevelt
No,
Bar is not, but we walk past it.
Okay,
neither is the water tower or the Speedway.
Yeah,
okay.
Neither is a Roosevelt Bar.
yeah.
We come really close to Mountain States Telephone and Telegraph,
Okay.
but I think these are all good choices.
Okay.
I thought maybe there was more, but I didn't really take the time to research it or dig into it.
And then for the Meridian Water Tower, there's not a specific site address for that, but there are coordinates if you want me to put that on there.
Maybe-
Okay,
I think anybody that knows what.
right,
Yeah, is gonna know what it.
Yeah.
okay,
Need to address it.
perfect. Okay. And then the remaining questions are open-ended.
Yeah.
And the reason behind this is it just gives folks that opportunity. If we didn't ask a question that they wanted us to ask, or if they have more to say, it gives them that opportunity to provide any type of additional feedback or thoughts that they may have. So what is your favorite historic building or neighborhood in Meridian? That's a question we ask all of the time. So for folks to be able to provide that answer. And then are there any historic buildings or places in Meridian that you worry about losing? And then we do ask the zip code so that we can know if the folks answering this are within the city of Meridian boundary.
If, on this survey, if someone declines to answer a question, they can still submit the survey, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The only real rule in taking it on the back end of the way we set them up is that we do require that they click 3 responses. If we ask them to choose 3, that they are required to select 3. They can't do 2, but they can skip a question.
So back on the questions then, doesn't it say select up to 3? Seems to me that that implies that you could select one
Right.
or
yes.
two.
Yes, sorry, I need to step back on that. We follow the rule that's stated there, so they can't select more than 3.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I misspoke on
got
that.
Got it.
Yes, you're spot on about that. They could select 1, 2, or 3, but not more than that. And if there are any other rules that you want us to embed into the survey, let us know. But for the most part, folks can skip a question if they want to skip a question. And then they just need to follow the rules that are set forth within that question to answer up to however many we ask. And then open-ended questions, there is no text cap max on it. They can send us a novel if they would like, and we will read it.
I think this looks pretty good. My big concern always with the survey is they tend to get too big sometimes, too
Mm.
long, and then people, they don't want to spend a lot of time, so you don't, they don't complete them or they don't even start them when they see how long. And this isn't too long.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not. And we do receive great response from it. And it is kind of at that, the option, there's a lot of options for folks to be able to select, but the questions are simple enough that they can tick through those questions pretty quickly. We have timed it, and I mean, you can take the survey in under 10 minutes, which is not, if we start to get over that, then folks are not going to be interested in sitting down and taking the time to do it. So we keep it within that appropriate time frame. All right, so those are all of our questions. If you think of any other additional questions that you would like to see us have included in this, we are more than happy to include those. But we have a couple of revisions to the questions that I will turn around to make those revisions and get those back out to Cassandra, so you all can take a final look at it before we finalize it. And once it is finalized, then we'll post it on the website.
Now, I don't know if you can answer my question or not, but based on your experiences, do you have an idea how many people might participate in this?
You know, honestly, every community is different. We recently did one where we received just shy of 300. And then we've done it in other communities where there's not many.
Okay.
And it's just community based. And I wish that there were every single time on average, this is how many people answer it.
I didn't figure you could answer, but I thought I'd ask.
Yeah.
Is the website where you're going to direct people to take the survey?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, do we have any budget or means for outreach, advertise it to get more people? And what I'm thinking of specifically, because it's very reasonable, it's very targeted, is somehow through Facebook, where you can set a budget and say, I want people in this area between this age and this demographic, and then it pops up in their Facebook page. They still have the opportunity as to whether or not they're going to do the survey, but at least it's in front of them that way.
Do we know how many like followers we have on Facebook? I
Cassandra probably does. I don't
Okay.
right offhand.
because I
Mhm.
think this is something we could post there.
Yeah, we can
Mhm.
post this on.
Please take our survey.
And the other
Yes.
question I had asked Cassandra is, I get notification from the city on this meeting, planning and zoning meeting. Can we use that email list that I get notification of
Mhm.
to send this link out?
That would be another good way. Any way at all that we can get out to people.
We'll definitely use our city resources. I know Shelley Houston in our office can promote it and put links up there to the survey and stuff. There are recreation page, I'm sure, through the city's page and stuff like that. So I'm sure Cassandra will be working with Shelley to make sure all that stuff gets posted.
Yeah, we can't make people fill it out, but at least if we can get it out there so they know about it and have the opportunity.
And if it's on Facebook, Instagram, you guys should share it also, because you guys got friends that they're not going to follow the city, so.
Right, we probably belong to groups too, so
Yeah.
there's more than one Meridian history group out there on Facebook, so we should be able to get the word out.
And we do, as part of this process, we will be drafting press releases and working with Cassandra for creating graphics for the purpose of promoting through Facebook, Instagram, other social medias. We'll provide the links so that it can spread far and wide. So we'll be able to provide those outreach pieces.
Looks good.
All right. Lovely. Well, I will make the revisions to this and then send it out for one more review. And then from there, we can put it back onto the website. Do I even dare? Okay, thank you. Do I dare try? So this survey will be embedded into the website under that tab that says survey. Right now it says coming soon. And we can get that up as early as next week, just
Yeah,
depending on
That,
whatever
that
the
was going to
review
be my
process looks like.
questions. When can we go live with this? I think sooner we go live with this, the better.
Yeah. Honestly, if I send the updated version tomorrow, when it gets approved tomorrow, then it will go live tomorrow. That's how fast it can happen. Just an example, so.
So what's the approval process?
I'd say get it to Cassandra for one more review.
Basi-
We can do it, but between Cassandra, Garrett, whatever, if everything looks good, if what we suggested gets changes, then I'd say by Monday, they could have it out.
Right?
So,
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
okay, perfect.
Well, my turnaround time on this will be to provide an updated version for your review by tomorrow.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Yes, of course. And the last remaining piece that I believe that I was going to touch base on was the press release content.
Yeah.
We have an option to do either two or two press releases. So the idea would be to send a press release out for the purpose of encouraging folks to take the survey, because as soon as that survey is live, then we're gonna want folks to know about it. So we can hit the ground running with that, let folks know that, hey, the survey's live. Here's a press release advertising that. And then a second press release would be for the walking tour specifically to go into detail about that. And we could do that. We can stagger them where press release for survey next week, the following week walking tour.
I would say two. But that's between Cassandra, Garrett, and the city. That,
Okay.
my suggestion is we have two, one for the survey to start, one to promote the walking tour.
Okay.
And the open house.
Perfect. Easy enough. I can send both of those drafts over for your review again, also by tomorrow.
Okay,
And I believe those are the updates that I had. Do you have any questions about the process or anything?
I think you answered as we were going along, so
Okay.
I think we're good.
All right. Well, I
And going
will
forward.
take my notes and provide updates, and you will hear from me tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Two. With that, we'll go on to item 4, discuss National Historic Preservation Month activities. So May 17th, we will do a walking tour. Will be in the middle of Preservation Month. The only other thought I had is the past few years, we've put out those sandwich boards at different buildings downtown. I asked a former board member of the commission what he thought of them. He thought they work good. He gets people coming in asking questions about it. His only concern at this time is, especially on weekends, there's more and more people hitting the bars. Maybe we need to have the local building owners take those sandwich boards in at night. So they're not out there all night long. But other than that, he said, no, I don't, he likes to see them out there during Preservation Week, so.
If the
Yeah,
building
they're-
holders agree to take them in, that'd be great.
Yeah, so, that's the only other thing I can think of during Preservation Month, and that's just an easy put up, take down. And I've got just preliminary, put them out on the 14th, bring them in on the 20th, but those dates can vary. If we want them just closer to the weekend, we can do that too. Those sandwich boards Cassandra usually has them upstairs, and we have a big wagon we just pull around and set them up with, so. We probably just need some coordination on that. I know that the 17th of May, I am not available to do anything, so rely on you guys. Right now, Patrick is signed up to lead a tour, and Heather is secondary. But if those things change, just coordinate with Cassandra and make sure we got that date covered. Any other quick ideas for Preservation Month we want to talk about real quick?
We want to coordinate anything with Meridian Library District with the History Center and have that open on the Saturday that we do the tour, or I don't know. I don't know.
Mr. Neri, is the city hall open on Saturdays?
No,
Normally not.
Okay. So,
so no.
no. I didn't think so. I thought I'd better ask. But that doesn't mean that all month long or that 4 days before, 4 days after, we tell library district it's preservation month and maybe we put a few extra signs or something or brochures out there for people to look at. But we can probably talk with them, and coordinate something.
Did we do one year where we set up something in the meeting room out there and had I don't remember the name of the film, but we screened a film and I cannot remember the name.
The
of it.
name of the film, if the desert, no, JC did it. I can't think of it. Something
Desert-
about the desert.
Desert Blooms or something?
But it's on a loop there full time. It runs all the time.
Okay.
So, yeah, one time we set up in the conference room A and B and just had it running for people.
All right.
Any other discussion about Preservation Month? Okay, we will go on to project updates. Eggers Farmstead silos. As you guys know, the silos have been disassembled and those physical resources have been transferred to Victory Gardens. So they are now in possession of them. And right now they're in the planning phase of what they want to do with them and when exactly they're going to do that. So I think it was a really good outcome. I don't know if you guys saw the article in Boise Dev the other day. They did a pretty good job on the article. I'm pleased with that. So, and I thanked mayor and council on Tuesday when I did the year in review with them. I thanked them for all they did to get that going forward. So, Mr. Neri, do you have anything else on the silos?
No, sir.
Okay. 2025 walking tour series.
I can tell you
Got
that.
before you, the schedule for our walking tours this year, who's going to lead, who's secondary, review that, make sure that's still up to date. If you cannot do it for some reason, give us at least a week in advance notice so that we can get coverage for you.
Blaine, I know that Cassandra also put that in the MUBS water bills. So
Okay.
all that stuff, information goes out to everybody as well.
Okay. Perfect. Addition to the virtual tours on Main Street by Whole Films. Did Cassandra say anything to you about that, Garrett? Okay, I know that Whole Films is going to do that. And we did ask for him to wait till later on in the spring, so through the trees are in bloom and things have greened up a little bit before he does anything. So we'll look for another update next month on that. Potential National Historic Register nomination for the mill. I have reached out once to Samsow's Mill. I've sent a text. I have not heard back from him, so I will continue to reach out. I've talked with Mr. Neri a little bit about it. He says, yeah, they're tough to get a hold of, so it just be persistence on our part to try and just get hold of them and see what their thoughts are on getting the mills listed. So until we hear back from them, we can't do much. We'll just keep plugging away with it. Any future meeting topics we want to discuss and put on the agendas for the next couple months? Hearing none, our next meeting will be April 24th after our first walking tour and open house. So we should have an update from JUB on the survey and stuff. So with that, call for adjournment.
Move for adjournment.
I second it.
Motion by Commissioner Giddings, second by Commissioner Freeze for adjournment. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Hearing none, we're out of here. Thanks, everybody. Side note, I don't know if you guys saw the post. A longtime city historian, Lila, passed away last week. Services are going to be tomorrow at Methodist Church, so I'm planning on being there. I don't know if anybody else from the commission would be out. I think you guys ever met her. Bill, are you gonna go? Lila service? Okay. No. So we're going to do. Patrick signed up for the in May.